Hi, I'm Laura Bowler, and I'm a composer and vocalist based near Manchester in the United Kingdom. Interminable. My performing is absolutely it's one and the same thing for me, almost, performing and composing. Every single piece that I write for the voice stems in some way from my own voice, even if I'm writing for singers who are very different to me. But I'm very much a kind of believer in inhabiting the text that I'm setting and then allowing that to then come into the voice. And that then goes into the process of composing. I make a lot of work about the environment. It's a very difficult subject area to make work about because of the inevitable hypocrisy that sometimes comes with making work about it, because possibly the carbon footprint of the work or the travel that's associated with it, or, whatever the technology that's associated with it. Some of the works that I've made have been very focused on the fact. Other works I've made have been very focused on people's subjective experiences and feelings and thoughts about the climate crisis. Some works are very directly engaged with the carbon footprint of making work. But it is a very, very tricky subject matter to tackle because of the complexity, inevitably. But I find that quite exciting, and it's deeply important to me. And the question that always comes up is kind of like, what's the point in making work about this? Because is it actually going to make any difference? Is anyone actually going to do anything after they've heard the work? Which I think is a very valid question. It's a very valid kind of point to make. But I'm a strong believer that if one person that hears it or sees it is in some way changed or challenged, that can then filter through and they could have a conversation with this person. And I think small gestures can actually become very big movements. So I'm very excited to be with Ricordi now. And there are lots of reasons why. One is quite simply that composing is it's a solitary activity. And it's kind of wonderful to have people that are alongside you for the ride in some way and to join you on navigating what it is to be a composer and, to kind of have people to bounce ideas off and have those conversations with. So that's a very important aspect for me. But also just because, there are people who are with Ricordi composers that I hugely admire. I'm not naming names, but some of my favourites are with Ricordi. And so being under the kind of same umbrella is kind of wonderful. Wicked problems, 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 wicked problems.